Hey everyone, I hope you all are fit and fine. So today we will study about vegetative propagation. What is this vegetative propagation? It means growth and development of the plant from the vegetative parts of the plant. So what are these vegetative parts of plant? Root, stem, leaves, buds, these all are the vegetative parts of plant. We know that a new plant, it is arising from the seed, but here in vegetative propagation we will see how the new plants will develop from the vegetative parts. What are these vegetative parts? Root, stem, leaves, these are all are the vegetative parts of the plant. Now with the help of these parts, we may see in detail that how the new plants may develop. So the plants which are produced through vegetative propagation, they are also exactly similar to the parent plant in their genetic makeup. So they are referred to as clones. We have already studied this term in the previous video. There are two ways of vegetative propagation. First one is the natural method. Then there was artificial method. We have studied the types in the previous video. In natural method means the new plant will develop naturally without human intervention. Without any role of human, the new plant will develop naturally. Natural method is further divided into subtypes. We will study here by roots, by underground stem, by subaerial stem, how the new plants are arising. Let us study first one is by modified roots. Here it is written, adventitious roots of many plants develop buds which may give rise to leafy shoots. These roots serves as means of propagation. Now what are these adventitious roots? These adventitious roots are those which may arise from any part of the plant but not from radicle. We know in the seed there is radicle and plumule. Radicle it give rise to root and plumule give rise to shoot. But here the root it is arising from the any part of the plant but not from radicle, right? Means the adventitious root they may arise from the stem, they may arise from the buds, so that we will study here. So first one is by modified root. Here it is written, the example is tuberous root of sweet potato. So you must mark it as important that sweet potato it is a tuberous root. What is sweet potato? Sweet potato is nothing but a tuberous root. It is a root, right? And that root is known as tuberous root. Now what do you mean by this tuberous root? So let us study here. The stem is creeping with adventitious roots arising from node. Some of these roots may get swollen and develop root tuber. Means let us say the stem is creeping, right? And we know there is a node present from which what will arise? Adventitious root is arising. As I have told you right now that the adventitious roots are those roots which may arise from any part of the plant, right? So here the adventitious they are arising from the stem. We know at the stem there is a node. From the node what are arising? Adventitious roots are arising. And some of these roots, some of this adventitious root, they may get swollen and that will be referred to as tuberous root. So what is tuberous root? These are the swollen adventitious root. These tuberous roots, they are modified adventitious roots. What are these tuberous roots? They are modified form of adventitious root. This adventitious root has been modified and it is known as tuberous root. The role of this tuberous root is that it is modified for the purpose of storage of food. Means the tuberous root here is storing food, right? So this one is the first method under vegetative propagation by modified roots. Now we will study by modified stems. We know stem is present above the soil, but here first one is propagation by underground stem. Means this stem, underground stem, it is completely present inside the soil, and these stems are generally non-green, right, and they store food also. In propagation by underground stem, we will study different terms: tuber, rhizome, bulb and corm. So let us study first one, tuber. What is this tuber? As we have studied sweet potato, it is an tuberous root, but the potato, it is an underground stem. So this is very important. The potato is an underground stem and sweet potato is a tuberous root. So this is an underground stem, means it is present inside the soil. Let us say this is an underground stem. This is an underground stem, right? And the tip of this underground stem has become swollen, and this swollen part is known as tuber. In the sweet potato, the tip of this adventitious root has got swollen. Some of these, not tip, some of these roots have become swollen, and that are referred to as tuberous roots. But here in the tuber and in potato, in underground stem, the tip is swollen, and that is referred to as tuber, right? So potato is an underground stem. It is, and why it is swollen? It is swollen to store the food. And you have noticed, whenever you must have observed the potato, that there are small dots present, and these dots are referred to as eyes. It bears buds in small pits known as eyes. Means these dots are known as eyes, and at the eyes what are present? Buds are present, and these buds helps in the vegetative propagation, and these buds also give rise to the new aerial shoot. So this is about the tuber. So the next one is rhizome. What is rhizome? It is also an underground stem, but it is horizontal and thick underground stem. This is very important point here. Rhizome is an horizontal and thick underground stem. So ginger is an example here. The example of tuber is potato. The example of rhizome is ginger or turmeric. So in this, let us assume this is a ginger. It is an underground stem which is thick and swollen. These lines you are observing, these are referred to as nodes, and at the nodes what are present? Scaly leaves are present, and at the base also of these nodes some of the adventitious roots may arise. So rhizome is a horizontal and thick underground stem. Then the next one is the bulb. What is bulb? It is shortest and somewhat disc-like. Bulb is also underground stem, but it is shortest and somewhat disc-like, and it does not contain any food. Stem is covered by thickened overlapping leaves referred to as scales. You might have observed the onion. So there are fleshy scaly leaves present, right? The leaves, fleshy scaly leaves are there, and there is a disc present. At the base of this disc, adventitious roots are arising, and there is also axillary bud present. Bulb is highly condensed stem, highly condensed underground stem with fleshy leaves. Here these scaly leaves, they are present in the concentric fashion, means center remains same, but the diameter is keeping on increasing, right? So bulb is an highly condensed underground stem with fleshy leaves. Then corm. What is corm? It is more or less a condensed form of rhizome. It is more or less a condensed form of rhizome. It is condensed form of rhizome. The difference is that we have studied in the rhizome that it is growing in a horizontal direction, but squam, it will grow, it will develop in a vertical direction. So these are the differences between squam and rhizome. So that's all for today. Stay home, stay safe, take care.